Hi guys, I'm Dylan Frederick. I've taken Turkish for about 2 years. The classes I have taken are Turkish 1, 2, and 3. I made this video to tell y'all why you should take Turkish, why Turkish is important, and some of my personal experiences I had while learning Turkish. Before I get into that though, I want to talk about the class itself. So Turkish here at Liberty is the first Turkish class offered in US public schools. Because of that, the classes are going to be smaller than usual, but some people might get deterred by that, but I can tell you that it's absolutely a positive. Because of the small class sizes, you're going to be able to move a whole lot faster, and you're going to learn a lot more, and you're going to be able to develop a relationship with your teacher and your classmates, and you're going to get to know people better. Turkish is definitely a language you do not hear people speaking every day. While Turkish is not as widespread as other languages like Spanish or French, there's still a lot of speakers. There are about 150 million Turkish speakers if you include Turkish dialects and other Turkic languages like Uzbek, Azerbaijani, or Turkmen. Even though these are different languages, because they're all Turkic languages, they all have a lot of similarities. And if you know Turkish, is a way you can learn these other languages. This language may seem hard at first, but if you stick with it, you'll find that it gets pretty easy. Turkish uses a Latin alphabet, which is what we're used to in English, and it also is a phonetic language. This means that you can look at a written word and it's going to be exactly how you pronounce it. For example, in English, English does have some phonetic words, but it's not a phonetic language. So, like island, it's spelled island. You're not going to have cases like that in Turkish. For Turkish, whatever it says on paper that's how you pronounce it. In Turkish class, we're going to obviously learn about Turkish culture. We talk about Turkey, Turkish cities, and of course, Turkish food. Turkey is an old country with a lot of Roman, Greek, and Ottoman ruins, with very old and impressive cities. Tea is very important to Turkish culture as it's served with almost every meal. Turkey is one of the few countries that drink more tea than coffee and drinks more tea than any other country in the world. In class, we actually get to drink tea on Fridays and we get to try Turkish food. Uh, Typically on Friday, we will have like a day where we get to work on homework. Miss Gamze will bring food in and we get to try it. Sometimes it's chocolate, sometimes it's salad. We've had salata, and overall, it's just a good time. One of the main reasons people learn a language is practicality. They want to be able to use the language they're learning. People would take Latin because they're interested in history or because they're interested in sciences and want to pursue that career. People learn Spanish because it's one of the most spoken languages in the world. Uh, though it may not seem like it, Turkish is actually a very practical language, especially if you're interested in the military, government, specifically foreign affairs. The U.S. Department of State lists two Turkish languages, Turkish, of course, and Azerbaijani as critical languages. So a critical language is a language that the government will literally pay you to learn because it's so in demand. And the reason for this is because Turkey plays an important part in the US military and the US government because it's so close to the Middle East. It's also in NATO, which means it's in a military alliance with the United States, and there are many US bases in Turkey. If you're not interested in government jobs, there are Turkic nations that are very rich in natural resources and play a very important role in the global resources trade and the energy trade. And even if you're not interested in that, there's also Turkish Airlines, which is a company you've probably heard of. They're one of the largest airliners in the world, and they reach 121 countries, which is the most destinations of any other airliner. So part of the reason I took Turkish is because I was really interested in history. I really like the Ottoman Empire, and when I heard that we had the chance to take Turkish in class, I jumped on that opportunity. Some of the things I got to do with Turkish was I got to be a young cultural ambassador, which was this program that's run outside of the school with a group called ATA DC. They're located in DC. And one of the things I didn't know about DC is that they have one of the largest Turkish populations in America. Um, and in this group, we were able to visit Turkish restaurants, visit the Turkish section of the Library of Congress, and I was able to meet new people. And through that, I was able to improve on language. And then at the very end, we were able to participate in the Turkish festival, which is held annually in DC. It's a where people go to celebrate Turkish culture. There's a big festival. The picture I took was when I was getting a reward for participating in the Young Culture Ambassador program. It's something I recommend people do. Of course, there wasn't one this year because of coronavirus. Maybe it'll continue in years to come, but that's something to look forward to. It shows that Turkish, you can apply it not only in school but outside of school, and I think it's really important that we're able to do that with these classes.